You're probably thinking, Nurdles? What are Nurdles? I've never heard of them before. Well, you're about to find out. Nurdles are similar to microplastics, but not quite exactly.
I thought for me to show you what a nurdle is, it might be helpful for you. Let me turn this around here. You see all this microplastic. This is all different types of products that were made into something and then broke down over time into smaller and smaller pieces. But if you look real close, you can see a lot of these little pellets.
A nurdle is a small pellet of plastic which serves as the raw material in the manufacturing of plastic products. They look like small round balls in many different colors and range in sizes of 2 to 5 millimeters.
Before a product is made, it is first one of these small pellets. And so these pellets, they're made at a manufacturing site. They are shipped to a place that either distributes them or melts them down and puts color to them and makes them into a product. So think about your sunglasses, your computer, your car parts, water bottles, milk jugs, all that kind of stuff. It's first a small plastic pellet.
Now you're asking, where do nurdles come from? The life cycle of nurdles. Nurdles are made in factories into small pellets of plastics. Then they get transported around in trucks, trains, and ships to factories where plastic products are made. Along the process of transportation to these factories, they get lost on the ground and in the ocean. From the ground, they make their way into the ocean and get washed up on the beaches. The big question here is, how are they harmful?
Well, the real impact is to wildlife. And so you can see some of these might look like a food source. If I pick up one of these here, here's one that's old, and the UV light turns them this orange, yellowish color whenever they get older. It looks just like a sargassum bulb, which a lot of animals feed on those. So there's birds, there's fish, there's sea turtles. We know for a fact, and we've known for decades, that animals are eating these. So they're absorbing harmful chemicals like PCBs, PAHs, DDTs, all those things that you don't want touching your body. You definitely don't want to be eating them, and we don't want the animals eating those either.
They are often mistaken for eggs by marine animals and birds and are eaten by those organisms. So not only is it harmful to those organisms, but if they are organisms that we eventually eat as well, we could be ingesting plastics that they've already ingested.
Nurdles are harmful to the environment and marine species. Similar to other plastics, they attract and concentrate environmental pollutants to highly toxic levels, as well as animals eat them and they enter the food chain. Well, now you want to know, how can we help?
So what can be done about it? Well, we started up the citizen science project called Nurdle Patrol. We have over 2,000 volunteers all around the country and in Mexico that are going out and doing a 10-minute survey. So they'll go to the beach, they'll look in the high tide line, they'll find their first nurdle and count for 10 minutes. And then however many they find within that 10-minute period, they go to nurdlepatrol.org and they put that into that database. It's a real good tool for being able to show people what the problem is. And so if you get a chance and you want to help, I'd suggest getting onto nurdlepatrol.org. There's a little video there that will show you how to do a survey, where to look, and how to put your data in. And then what do we do with that information? Well, we're trying to change policy at the state level. So we take those nurdle concentrations, which are helping us find where the source is, which are actually the highest concentrations of pellets are being found where the manufacturing sites are. Wherever the highest concentration of manufacturing sites are, that's where we're finding them. So we're trying to work with state regulatory agencies on stricter stormwater and wastewater permits. So every bit of data can help make the case that there is a problem and we need to do something about it.
These nurdles may never be gone, but there are ways to minimize the number of nurdles in the environment. Anytime you're at a beach, search and pick up nurdles off the ground and dispose of them properly. Lastly, nurdles are the main material to making plastic products, which are known to be very harmful to the environment. So why keep using plastic? The less plastic products we use, the less nurdles we will need to make. So go check out the different ways to help minimize the number of nurdles and do your part in keeping this environment clean and from harm.